The outer solar system is filled with moons. In fact, it has over 200 of them, more than any other part of our planetary system. Some of them are only a few miles across, while others, like Titan, are almost bigger than planets. One such moon that lies somewhere in between in terms of size is Tethys, a moon of Saturn that was once thought to be the perfect candidate for humanity's first moon base. But that all changed when NASA's Cassini spacecraft discovered what it found on the surface of this icy world. It quite literally stunned scientists. In this video, I want to tell you all about it. First things first, let's take a look at Tethys itself. Discovered by the brilliant but troubled astronomer Giovanni Domenico Cassini in 1684, Tethys is one of 6 large moons of Saturn that are known as the major moons, named after the 5 daughters of the Titan Atlas and their mother, the Titan goddess Theia. These moons are Iapetus, Rhea, Tethys, Dione and Titan. Tethys, the second largest of the bunch, is slightly smaller than Earth's moon and orbits the ringed planet at a distance of about 294,000 kilometers or 182,000 miles. It makes one full orbit every 27 days, which means that from its surface you would see Saturn in the sky twice a year. When Cassini arrived at Saturn in 2004, it made observations of Tethys that left scientists scratching their heads. You see, Tethys is an icy world. Its surface temperature hovers around -179 degrees Celsius or -290 degrees Fahrenheit, and its atmosphere, if it even has one, is extremely thin. This meant that when the spacecraft began taking pictures of the moon, scientists noticed something strange. Its surface was remarkably well preserved, meaning that there had been no recent volcanic activity or tectonic plate movement to reshape its appearance. That shouldn't have been surprising because with so little atmosphere, any kind of erosion should occur on a geological timescale of millions of years, not billions like we see here on Earth. But then they took a closer look at the images, and that's when everything changed. As we mentioned earlier, Tethys is a relatively small moon, measuring just 1,062 kilometers or 660 miles across. Yet it is covered in a massive trench system called Ithaca Chasma that wraps around 3/4 of its surface. These enormous canyons stretch for thousands of kilometers and plummet hundreds of kilometers deep, carving deep furrows into the moon's crust. Now, to put this into perspective, these features are hundreds of times larger than anything we've seen on Earth. In fact, the entire canyon system is over 120,000 kilometers long, which is longer than the entire Americas. Not only that, but the sheer depth of these trenches, some of which are more than 30 kilometers deep, is astounding. To make a comparison, the deepest part of the Mariana Trench on Earth is just over 11 kilometers deep. So we're talking about a difference of almost 3 times. And that's not all. Because as Cassini continued to observe Tethys, it spotted another feature that puzzled scientists. In the moon's northern hemisphere, the spacecraft spotted a gigantic impact basin that was roughly the same size as the entire United States. What's really mind-boggling is that this colossal structure didn't appear to have shattered the moon. With a name like Odysseus, it looks like Tethys has been through hell and back, yet it's still standing. So how did these features form? We'll tell you right after this. Welcome back everyone. As you can imagine, the discovery of these vast structures on such a small moon raised a lot of questions about Tethys' past. Scientists were especially puzzled by the moon's ability to survive such violent events without breaking apart. After all, Tethys is only about 100 kilometers thick. That's thinner than Earth's crust, which is about 50 to 100 kilometers thick. So it should have been pretty easy for these impacts to break through the moon's icy shell and send it hurtling into space. But the moon is still intact, which suggests that something is going on beneath its surface. One theory that has been proposed is that Tethys may have once been geologically active, meaning that it had a molten core and a mantle that could convect, much like Earth. If this is true, then the moon's interior could have acted like a giant pot of soup, with the heat from its core keeping the icy crust pliable and allowing it to bounce back from these catastrophic collisions. However, there is no direct evidence for this theory. Another intriguing idea is that Tethys may still have a subsurface ocean beneath its icy exterior. This is based on the fact that the moon's gravity seems to be a bit stronger than expected, which could be explained by a layer of dense liquid hiding beneath the crust. While we don't have any direct proof of this ocean yet, It's an exciting possibility that could help us better understand the conditions on Tethys and other icy worlds in the outer solar system. For example, if Tethys does have an ocean, it could potentially harbor life, despite the frigid temperatures. Scientists are currently working on several missions to explore the possibility of life elsewhere in the universe, and one of them includes a mission to Saturn's moon Enceladus, which is similar to Tethys in many ways. However, the most straightforward explanation for these features is that Tethys was never whole to begin with. Instead, these vast cracks are evidence that the moon was shattered long ago by a giant impact, but managed to cobble itself back together somehow. Now, that doesn't mean that the pieces were flung into space. Instead, the fragments simply fell back down to the surface and created these immense fault lines in the process. That may seem a bit unbelievable given the lack of any debris around the moon, but it might have happened so long ago that any debris has since fallen back to the surface and mixed in with the rest of the icy material. While each of these ideas has its merits, the truth is, we don't know for sure what caused these features to form. Each new image and piece of data that we collect about Tethys brings us closer to solving this mystery and unraveling the secrets of our solar system's past. That's why the James Webb Space Telescope is expected to make some amazing discoveries about the moon. With its powerful infrared eyes, the Webb will be able to peer through Tethys' thin atmosphere and reveal details of its surface that we've never seen before. Astronomers hope that the telescope will shed light on the composition of the moon's crust and mantle, and help us better understand its internal structure. They'll also be looking for signs of a subsurface ocean and searching for water plumes that might be erupting from the cracks in the icy crust. Now, as for the canyon system itself, scientists think that it formed during the early days of the solar system, when Saturn was still forming and the protoplanetary disk was filled with hot gas and dust. As the planet grew in size, the gravitational forces would have stretched and warped the young moon, creating the vast canyon system that we see today. However, the exact mechanism behind their formation is still debated. Some researchers believe that the fractures formed due to tectonic plate movements, while others think they are the result of tidal flexing caused by Saturn's gravity. Further observations by the Webb and other telescopes may help us figure out exactly what happened and how these structures evolved over time. We live in an incredible universe, and exploring objects like Tethys helps us understand our place in it. As we continue to probe the mysteries of the cosmos, we're sure to make even more fascinating discoveries that will expand our knowledge and inspire future generations of scientists and explorers. Tethys is just one of the many moons in our solar system that has captured the attention of astronomers. The sheer scale of its canyon system is truly awe-inspiring and has left scientists scratching their heads trying to understand its origins and characteristics. While we may never fully unravel the secrets of these enigmatic structures, the search itself has led to countless hours of fascinating research and debate that has advanced our understanding of geology and planetary science. Tethys may be a frozen and barren world, but it has captured the imagination of scientists and space enthusiasts alike. Who knows what other wonders and mysteries lie hidden in the vast expanse of our solar system, waiting to be discovered. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like comment down below. Check out one of our other videos right over there, and subscribe so you don't miss any new videos. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.